Usually the homeowner leaves it to me and my crew to get our hands dirty, but Dane is itching to get involved.
But I want to know if this is easy enough for me or anybody else to do.
So what you want to do is you want to go down and up, down and up, down and up. Make a whole bunch of W's. It's like a huge W. Just keep continuing it, right up and down. And then when you get to the corner, be a little bit more liberal on the corner.
I got you.
There you go. Perfect.
I'm just going to make it like a cake.
Okay.
It's decorative.
You want to put your initials in it?
Nah, we don't have to go that far, but...
Good.
All right, ready.
Okay, now what you want to do is you want to grab it from both ends.
Okay.
Try not to get the glue on you. Perfect. Slide it right in, and presto. That's it.
That's so easy. I did one.
It's easy, right?
It was easy. I don't know why you guys aren't done yet.
Can we leave now? Could you take over? Now with the walls veneered, we can lay the tiles for the steps to the back. And we can start putting the bullnose slate caps on the walls.
So how's the voice coming?
It's starting to get hoarse again. I'm talking too much.
You got to limit your words. Save your voice. A couple of hot teas in the morning.
All right, here's what I'll limit my words to. No, stop, and listen to me. That'll work.
Hey, it's like mid-morning. I have no clue where my brother is. Maybe he went to a doctor with his voice, because his voice was really bothering him the last 2 days. So we'll see what happens when he gets back. So Butch is going to guide us through installing this nice little walkway, which leads to the patio up on the second level. That's what we're going to do this morning. We're going to start to bring some sand in to set our base coat.
Once the sand is in, we rake it out. Then we smooth and level it, so we can lay our slate patio on top of it. We're using a unique material for the upper patio that should speed installation.
See what you have here is you have this plastic netting, and it's all epoxy glued on. So you got 7 slates all connected, which equates to almost 4 square feet.
Because they're webbed together, the mosaic pattern is easy to follow, and it goes right over our level sand. Quick and easy. I'm sure Ralph's doing great, but I gotta get back to Dana's house. Coming up, I knew this water feature would be a pain in my neck.
Next time, tell them to send you the right hose.
They gave me the right hose and cut it right in front of me, you moron.
I'm done with this waterfall thing. I had it.
And Ralph shares a secret to get your roots growing faster than ever. And plus...
Are you sure this is our backyard?
This is your backyard.
This is not
That's your
somebody
house,
else's
right?
backyard?
We moved all materials inside so we can keep working. What do you mean the house? I don't believe I'm doing this. And everything worked out in the end. Thankfully, Dana allowed us to bring the ledge wall panels in so they could dry out overnight. But my voice is still bothering me. It's starting to get hoarse again. I'm talking too much. Ralph thinks I'm out sick.
Hey, it's like mid-morning. I have no clue where my brother is.
But it has nothing to do with my voice.
I got a phone call from my brother probably like 6:30 in the morning, and the first thing out of his mouth was I couldn't get the glue off my hands from last night. So I was like, you should have wore a pair of gloves. Yesterday I was in such a rush to get so much of the project done that I neglected to wear gloves. So last night when I went home, I had this glue all stuck onto my hands. I spent the better part of last night scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing to get as much off as possible. I had short sleeves on, and I was leaning on a wall, glue went everywhere. Sometimes I think I'm 18 and I don't want to follow the safety rules. But it's the most important thing. When I get to work, I see Ralph and Butch have the patio under control, and it's time for the next step. We're going for a free-form natural look. You're always going to have your pattern go outside of your patio border, so this way you can mark it and then run the saw out of it to cut it. We cut the shape of the patio with a concrete cutoff saw. And just like that, we have a free-form patio, and it's time to make it permanent. To set the patio, we apply sandlock. What this does is fills in all the joints, and is an active ingredient in here. It's like a little concrete, cement-based, and what happens is when moisture hits it, it locks up, tightens it up. After hosing it down, it's not going anywhere. What we got going on is the actual landscaping. This is the best part of the job. This really makes everything pop. I'm bringing in all kinds of good stuff, like an Alaskan cedar, sky pencil holly, and a weeping birch.
After 3 stress-filled days of work, nothing relaxes me more than bringing some of the new plants in.
I like to plant a little bit higher, you know, keeps the water running off and things like that. Some people get too carried away with their holes. They dig too deep, and then what happens is they plant the plant too deep, and then they backfill, and they're actually backfilling the stem of the tree. Nice. I need more. Back here. Another thing to do is score the roots. You just score them lightly, like that. The reason for being is later on when the roots break out, these are all the feeder roots, they'll go right into the soil.
Once we get everything planted, we can apply our weed barrier and cover everything with mulch. All that's left now is to install the waterfall. And here's Gina right on time. But of course, sometimes the simplest of tasks becomes the most difficult.
Look at the size of this pipe compared to this.
It's supposed to open up.
That's not half-inch lines. Believe me, this ain't half-inch line. This, too, I don't care what they tell you, it's not spec'd out to fit over this nipple. That don't go in there, though.
Sure does, my friend. Heat it up a little bit.
Next time, tell them to send you the right hose.
They gave me the right hose and cut it right in front of me, you moron. You need some kind of grease.
If this works, all you might have.
Okay. Well, this ain't working either.
I got my kid.
No.
What are you doing? Don't stick it in there like that.
That's what you do. If your tubes just don't seem to be fitting right, go to DIYnetwork.com.
I told you, it's not the right tube.
After a long struggle, we finally get the pump connected, and we can install the waterfall. Okay?
It's not gonna pump because it's peaked. You can't. The fence is in the way. It's a nightmare. It ain't working, bro. It ain't working with that. I'm done with this waterfall thing. I had it. I'll get the right fittings and put it together tomorrow. I have enough of this.
It was a great day, but at the end of the day, like always, the simplest of things wind up to be the most problematic. So tomorrow's another day. Dana, here's your new backyard.
This is great.
Oh my God. Are you sure this is our backyard?
This is your backyard.
This is not
That's your
somebody
house,
else's
right?
backyard?
Your house, your yard.
Oh my God.
We're doing a complete backyard renovation in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. I gotta make this go with this. We got hit with some bad weather.
As you can see, it is coming down right now. I don't believe this.
We used our client's home as a garage. Put it in the house. I don't believe I'm doing this. But we got the hardscaping done, and we moved on to the landscaping. This is the best part of the job. This really makes everything pop.
Well, one of the things I would love to see in the space here is the addition of a water feature.
But we hit a snag while installing the waterfall.
This, too, I don't care what they tell you, it's not spec'd out to fit over this nipple. I'm done with this waterfall thing. I had it. I'll get the right fittings and put it together tomorrow. I have enough of this.
But today's another day. I fixed the waterfall at my shop by shortening up the tube, so the fence wouldn't kink the line anymore. It should be good to go. Now we just have to plant some grasses around it and finish off the job. With everything in place, it's time to show it off. Well, Dana, Eric, here's your new backyard.
This is great.
Are you sure this is our backyard?
This is your backyard.
This is not
That's your
somebody
house,
else's
right?
backyard?
Your house, your yard.
Oh my God.
As happy as they are, they still haven't seen my surprise.
I love it.
I love the look, and of course, I love the sound more than anything.
You don't hear that a lot in Brooklyn.
This backyard was nothing but really just a pile of weeds prior to Gino coming here. And, I mean, we've got a finished space at this point.
Veneering the old patio and walls worked great. We created a natural stone look without having to do heavy demolition, which was perfect for a small yard in Brooklyn. The landscaping really makes the whole yard pop. The variety of ornamental plants not normally found in an urban environment, like the sweeping birch, Alaskan cedar, purple majesty millet, weeping Norway spruce, and we masked the air conditioning units with some sky pencil hollies.
it's amazing. It's completely transformed. It's completely turned around, and we're so excited for it. It's really gorgeous, really. Thank you so much.
For the opportunity.
Thank you.